Nintendo. What do you know about Nintendo?
Nintendo.
You're laughing.
I know.
What's going on.
Oh,
This is
Nintendo.
absolutely ridiculous.
So you think they would have learned when they release the 3DS was very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Seemed like a great idea.
Cool idea.
So they released it at $250, and then a month later, when sales were terrible, and they're making absolutely no money on this thing, they dropped the price to $169.
$169.
So now they've decided to release yeah, I
guess.
a Nintendo 3DS XL.
XL. After the last XL
that clearly worked so well. So now they've got a screen. I don't know what you're supposed to do with this screen. They've got a screen that's 4.88 inches. That's like I don't even.
About that.
And it's two of them. Like that's a brick. You're carrying around a brick.
Yeah, and then like when it's folded, right? It's about probably like that big. Okay.
Kids can't even hang on to these anymore.
That's not going in your pocket. Okay, it's not going in your.
That's like a little tablet setup.
Self-defense mechanism.
Yeah. If you get mugged, you've at least got your 3DS XL that you can just give it a swing.
That was the goal, maybe. You know.
They're just looking out for us. They're not trying to make money. They're just humanitarian.
That is going to come to you, to us. It's coming to the States August 19th. So, I mean, we are the States bitch over here.
So we
in Canada,
probably get it like a month later?
Probably get it.
We always get their hand-me-downs.
We get the hand-me-down. We'll get it when it price drops, probably, to maybe $100.
What are they coming out with it? Did they say what they're pricing it at?
$199. $200.
$199
for a...
So wait a month. $120.
Yeah,
now that's when you want to buy one.
Well, what are they competing with? You know, you got the PS Vita that just came out, which
is super powerful,
super stunning, like PS3 graphics,
amazing, yeah.
And like, what is it? I'm not, a 4.88. No,
no,
it's got to be like a 3-inch screen.
I don't know.
I'm trying
to.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
Let me use my hand measurements here.
That's clearly a good measurement.
Yeah, it
should fit around this size.
Awesome. So
I don't know who they're competing with, because if you're
no idea.
You're a hardcore gamer, you're a person that really wants the game is going to pick up a Vita, and if they really like Nintendo, they've already picked up a DS.
Exactly.
Or 3DS.
So why? So if I have a 3DS, why?
Why are you going to go out and buy an XL
for $200? The price
doesn't make any sense.
Is that even the price of the? How much is the thing?
The one right now is $169.
$169. Yeah.
Yeah. So for another $30. So it makes sense if you're new and you want to get one. If you want a 5-inch screen, that seems
the Wii U's probably going to retail for a little more than $200, but worth it rather than going backwards to the.
It seems
XL.
Backwards. It seems
completely backwards. That on a better note, on a lighter note, I guess, on the Nintendo scene, this is a new Super Smash Bros. Coming out for the Wii U.
That's exciting.
I'm gonna.
Except, not to make it dark again. But they're partnering with Namco. So does this mean we're going to have Pac-Man characters?
Is that... I was thinking
That's
Namco,
what I was
thought
wondering.
earlier, who
Namco Bandai, they're like old school arcade.
Cheesy, old school
Yeah, so
games.
like...
I don't know. They say the Wii U is going to be as powerful as the PS3, but, you know...
Which seems kind of silly that...
They never capitalize through their graphics.
Yeah, well, and then we know a new Xbox is in the works. We know a new PlayStation is in the works. So why would you release a brand new console?
It's as good as the last generation.
Yeah. Just good as what we got now.
This is
we're a little
good,
late, but
if not a little better. That's it. That's it for the game front. What you had some.
We've got some interesting console news.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's console specific. If anyone's heard about Kurt Schilling and 38 Studios,
Kingdoms
it really
of
is an
Amalur.
interesting story. Yeah. So Kingdoms of Amalur was the IP that just came out for Xbox for PS3. Did it come out for PC?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, so they ported to all consoles. Is it really?
Yeah, it's like we need money.
So the whole point of this game, this IP that came out for just a standard, it was an RPG you could play through. It was to give you a feel for the bigger game that was
on the horizon?
The Kingdoms of Amalur. That was was Amalur. That was this whole world.
Exactly.
So Kurt Schilling and
professional pitcher,
baseball.
Right?
I think he was a pitcher.
Yeah, he was.
So he's been a total geek his whole life, and he loves everything gaming. So
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
he started up his own company called 38 Studios, which actually, if you didn't know, 38 Studios, that was his number. So that's the only reason it's actually called 38 Studios. It used to be another name, and now he's got his number branded as a terrible studio as well. So
ruined his reputation.
So he invested $50 million of his own money, all of his baseball savings on this pitching, into the studio, which seemed like a good idea. He loves MMOs, games.
And it could potentially turn into...
a lot.
Exactly.
But unfortunately, the game industry is incredibly risky. And
so risky.
People don't like games a lot of the time, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
So, 38 Studios, the game released, did not even cover the, like, 100 million that they put. Because it was a AAA title. They put a lot of money into it.
Oh, and the marketing campaign was massive. I told you
Huge.
earlier. I saw it on Conan O'Brien, like all the late night talk shows and stuff.
They went everywhere with it.
That cost money. That definitely cost him money out of his own pocket, right?
So they've now officially flopped.
You laugh at his own.
I am. I do
shame.
laugh. I know.
This guy is
That's
now
awful.
bankrupt.
But so what's happened is that the studio was initially going to set up. I don't know the state's geography very well.
Honestly,
whatever state, if someone knows, whatever state is beside Rhode Island or near Rhode Island, they were gonna have it go there, but Rhode Island said, "Hey, come to our state. We need people to start tech jobs over here." So he's like, "Okay," and they're like, "Yeah, we'll give you $75 million." So he's like, "Oh, even better. I'll set up my studio over there."
Done.
Yeah, handled.
Yeah.
So with that $75 million plus his $50 million that he's invested, that's all gone. He'll get it back.
What a guy.
Someone will hook him up.
Someone will hook him up, yeah. Maybe
So-
we'll have a comeback tour.
I'll come back to him. He just goes and starts pitching. Or we're going to see him in funny advertisements now because he needs that money so bad.
Yeah.
So next topic, and this is if anyone had seen this was Microsoft had what they call a 720 media roadmap, and it got leaked to the internet
right.
a few days ago. And what it was kind of projecting where Microsoft was going with the new Slate tablet that they've just released,
right?
Or the new Surface, or whatever the heck they call it. Everyone's got a damn name for it.
Yeah.
And with the new 720 and with a brand new Kinect, it's all integrated and all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah.
But officially today, that they have asked that this leak be taken down, that this roadmap be taken down.
Means there's some truth to it.
Which means that we got a little bit of truth in this article.
There's some legit stuff.
So that's interesting. I think this is the most interesting piece.
Huh.
Valve.
All right, yeah.
Valve is
good.
Crazy
this is probably the best.
And awesome and off the wall constantly. If anyone doesn't know Valve is the makers of Left 4 Dead, they're the makers of Half-Life, makers of
Portal,
any game.
The biggest thing.
A lot of big games that they made it.
Yeah.
So Valve has introduced to teach children. Guess what it's called?
That's crazy. What is? I forget. It's
called
testing initiative. Something.
Teach with Portals.
Teach with Portals.
So what they've done is they've created a new system that allows students and teachers to go in and create their own puzzles.
This is the same game with the psychotic narrator, like the sociopath.
That's telling you how you're gonna die.
No human
and
has survived this. You will die.
We don't want you to live.
This
is. This is where Valve is going.
I want to know.
This is what we're teaching kids now.
I want to go back into high school for that class.
I would take Portals 101.
I would take Portal 101 any day.
Yeah.
Any day. There's a university in Miami that teaches a StarCraft course. You can get a credit in StarCraft.
That's awesome.
I'm down. I'm so down.
I'm terrible at StarCraft, but I would take a credit. I'd probably get a 50, but I'd get the credit.
Bachelor, it'd be in arts, I guess. The StarCraft.
Bachelor of the StarCraft.
Bachelor, BA, StarCraft Management.
BASTC.
BAS. Yeah, there you go.
2.
BASSC2.
Something.
SC2 dose.
So that's interesting. It'd be cool to see where Valve actually goes with this, and if it actually
if
sticks around and gets implemented.
If the principal of a school is high enough to allow that to happen. Jeez. Week in review / general.
That's it.
Chris, Cody. We need an outro.
We need an outro. I don't know. I don't got.
That's the scoop. This week
And
is done. This is
you've been
you've been learned.
you've been learned.
You've been learned. You've been learned. I feel that.
You've been learned.
It
doesn't make any sense.
It makes zero sense
At all.
Zero. You've been. This is the AZTV with /General. I'm Chris. That's Cody. You've been learned.